SonicStage.com.
Let's dive into some of our brand new effects. We're in Live 7. You're going to see the inclusion of our brand new compressor. So compressor has been reworked, replacing compressor 2 in Live 6. We have the inclusion of some brand new models, including feedback, opto mode, also brand new sidechain ability inside compressor. But that's not all. Sidechaining ability is also going to be found right here to the right in auto filter. And last but not least, in our gate. So we now have side chaining capability in our new compressor, our auto filter, and our gate. So it's very, very cool. We also have new hardware integration. If you follow my cursor right up here, all right, we'll go right back down here. External audio effects, okay? Hardware integration meaning that I can bring in analog audio effects down here in my effects browser, down here at the bottom. I'm able to insert into our chains in Live hardware effects, reverbs, hardware keyboards. Any piece of audio can now be inserted into the chain to be worked as a device, instrument, or effects chain. Very, very cool. So one of our top feature requests coming out of Live 6 into 7 is time signature changes. We're able to insert those now into both scenes and the arrangement page. So I can go from 6/8 on the hook, and then I can go right down below and I can say, great, let's go 4/4, back into the verse, etc., etc. So we've got alternate time signatures, time signature changes in both scenes, and of course on the arrangement page down the timeline. So that feature request has been filled into Live 7. We also have some multiple automation lanes, very cool. I can say track 1, take my envelope, take my pencil tool, draw my envelope information for track volume, but now I can add that as lane number 1, go back up, select my mixer, my envelopes, let's work with some panning. I can do a broad stroke on the panning. I can add that into the automation lane, so now I have 2. So you see how that works. So very, very cool. Very, very cool visual. Speaking of visual, we can export video that's been edited or warped in Live. We can also export audio to video. Very big feature request coming from 6 into 7. So for all you videographers, scoring video, scoring multimedia, very exciting to see that feature in 7 as well. So, all right, a couple of new, super exciting pieces on our instrument line. Let's flip back over to our session page. We're introducing Drum Rack. Brings up a brand new instrument in the Ableton Live library, an arsenal of instruments. So I'm going to go ahead and select our first drum rack here. You can see our pads fill up. So I've got a brand new MIDI track set up with our drum racks. I can chase those different events, moving down the line. But for the first time, we're also breaking out into individual inline channels for the drum rack. So I've opened that up here with this icon, and to the right you can see the individual tracks. Individual drums are playing on their own tracks in our inline mixer. Very, very, very cool. So we can take it a step further. We take the snare, for example, in our drum rack, highlight that, and you can see right down here at the bottom in our audio effects window, our instrument window is a simpler. So for every single drum pad, every single drum channel and drum rack, you have your own simpler. So with the inline rack mixing system, individual simplers and individual pads, drum creation and beat making has gone to a whole new level in Live 7. So slicing feature, we're going to go back over here to our audio track. Brand new in Live 7, the ability to read Rex files. Super, super, super cool. Let's go ahead and audition some. So we're reading Rex files in our browser. So the inclusion of Rex file is there. We drag that into an audio track. Check this out. Let's go ahead and take this Rex file. Brand new feature in 7. We can slice to a new MIDI track. So we'll give it a second here. There we go, right to the right side. We now have a copy of that original Rex file, but now it's sliced into individual MIDI notes playing those audio slices. So let me go ahead and play it. You can see the timeline moving from left to right. Very, very cool stuff. And again, just like in drum racks, I'm able to break that out into individual inline mixer. Click it out. So now I have individual tracks playing each one of those slices. And of course, you got the ability to go in, draw your own input data, move those notes around, create your own drum. So again, creation with those individual slices, just like drum racks, is a super new feature inside Live 7. So we've talked about drum racks, we've talked about the inclusion of reading Rex files, we've talked about slicing audio to MIDI. Also, in the effects world, we've also introducing a couple of more audio effects, including our new Spectrum. Let's go ahead and take a piece of audio, bring it into a clip. I'll drag this electronic loop in. So you can see Spectrum. Right down here, we can go full screen. So it gives me a very good visual illustration of what's happening with the audio. Very cool stuff. We've got different parameters here that we can work with. So very excited about that. And we also have Tempo Nudge for all you DJ community, electronic artists. Right up here next to our master BPM window in the upper left, we've got our Tempo Nudge up, Tempo Nudge down. That's also MIDI mapping addressable. So I go to my MIDI map and assign that as well to an external MIDI device, so I can go ahead and nudge those features as well. So very cool for locking up, beat matching vinyl, other programs to Ableton too as well. So we've run through a lot of the new features in Live 7. Last but not least, the inclusion of our add-on instruments. We've got analog, tension, and electric. So let me show you a couple of those to start with. Tension is a brand new instrument in Live 7. Right down here at the bottom, you can see it. It's basically working on physical modeling based on String Studio from AAS. Okay, mathematical models, simulates the body of guitars, body of pianos. Also alongside that, we have electric, again, tied in with AAS. It's emulating the unique circuitry inside the analog instruments, Fender Rhodes, Wurlitzer, all those famous keyboards. We'll go ahead and play that a little bit for you and show you how that works. Okay, so now, electric, analog, and tension are all going to be available as add-on instruments in Live 7, also with our Live Suite, which will be available, like I said, before the end of the year. So make sure you check those out. And those are our instruments. So within the next couple of months, you'll be seeing Live 7. Be sure to check out our website at ableton.com for updates on that. This is Houston Singletary, 2007, AES. We'll see you guys soon.
SonicState.com